Number 5, what are the real and complex solutions of the polynomial equation x cubed minus 64 equals 0? Hopefully you're using your formula sheet, and the x cubed minus 64 looks similar to our difference of cubes. So the x cubed is definitely a cube. We have 64, but you actually can rewrite that as x cubed minus 4 cubed. Okay, and you know this question is going to be on the test, so if you don't recognize the cube right away, you can, or you don't know what how 64 can be rewritten, you can go to math and find the cube root of 64, and it tells you it's 4. Or you could guess and check 4 cubed 64. So now I have it in this form, a cubed minus b cubed. And it's just a matter of using the formula. So everywhere I see an a, I'm going to use x, because that's our x. And then everywhere we have a b cubed, I'm going to use a 4. So this is minus 4 plus ab would be 4x plus 4 squared is 16. So we have x minus 4, x squared plus 4x plus 16. Now we're not done because it asked us for the actual solutions. So we set this equal to 0, and that gives us x minus 4 equals 0. That one's relatively easy to solve. So we get x equals 4. But then we have x squared plus 4x plus 16 equals 0. And we can't factor that one, so we'll say a is 1, b is 4, c is 16. And we'll use the quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And we have 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 16. Get negative 48 over 2. I'm going to keep simplifying that, so let me make some more space. So how can we rewrite this? Keep simplifying it. So first we can split up this negative to say that we have x equals negative 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 48 all over 2. That square root of a negative 1 can be replaced with I. Okay, and then now how we want to simplify the square root of 48. And I know I want to be taking the square root. So we're trying to find if we can rewrite 48 as a set of factors that has a perfect square in it. So for example, our perfect squares are 4, 16, 9, 25, right? Because 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16, 3 times 3 is 9. So do any of these fit into 48? So the 4 does, right? 48 divided by 4. So I could rewrite that as square root of 4 times square root of 12, and then the square root of 4 you could simplify. But let's see if we can use a bigger one. So you want to go with the biggest option. Okay, so I also could rewrite it as 16 times 3. Let's try that one. So we'll do the square root of 16 times the square root of 3 over 2. And again, the reason I picked a perfect square, because there are a lot of factors for 48. You could do 48 times 1, 2 times 14, but you want to choose the one that's a perfect square because that will simplify. The square root of 16 is 4. Now the square root of 3 I can't simplify anymore because 3, the only options we have are 3 times 1. And I can simplify this one step further because 4 divides by 2 and so does this 4 as well. So we have negative 2 plus or minus 2 square root of 3 for our final answer.